It's Chuck Oliver. Welcome to this week's Hidden Wealth Solution Review. Well, I want to talk to you about tariffs, taxes, and the markets seem to be tanking. And it was a Fed survey that just came out this week, and I really want to make sure you lean in and listen that the fears over unemployment have never been greater since COVID. That just was a Fed survey that just came out for consumer expectations. It's a monthly survey. But the other thing that came out of that was not only the predictability that unemployment a year from now is at its highest predictability since COVID-19. The China virus is obviously it's called, but also that inflation, because of the tariffs, is going to predictably be under this poll and the survey much higher. But then also that the markets are going to be predicted to be lower. Well, I want you to think about, unfortunately, that negative trifecta, right? The three things happening at once, right? The more people unemployed means less people paying into the tax rolls, less tax being collected. We're already projected to run about almost, folks, if you can believe it, a $2 trillion deficit spending over this next fiscal year, which goes from October 1st through September this upcoming year. Add to the fact that if there's less people paying the taxes, or less people paying to Social Security, less people paying into Medicare, but then you have the concern of, right, the sticky inflation, right? Now they're trying to call that the tariffs are going to be transitory. But then you had the White House called out this week because supposedly it's rumored that the Trump administration is looking to tax at higher rates higher income earners to be able to pay for the extension of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which is set to expire at the end of this year, which is only, let's call it basically 7 months away. And then add to the fact that the market, because of the tariff tantrums, right, that are being thrown in the impact of the global economy, et cetera, has everybody very, very, very concerned. And for good reason. The highest concern of unemployment, future of the market, and higher taxes and inflation has never been higher in many, many years, if not decades, folks. So here's the good news. I'm going to be teaching this coming Tuesday. I'm going to do a couple things. If you're somebody that already knows you want to save taxes, and this is the one I think you're going to really want to make sure you hear. Coming off of this kind of tax deadline week, it was an interesting report that came out. It was ran by Joni Ernst, right, the senator, and she talked about finding a study inside the Internal Revenue Service that about 4 months ago, this was, I believe, a CNBC article, that they found over 2,044 IRS employees had a combined back tax bill of over $12 million. And she's proposing that you cannot work for a service that tries to police, right, the conformity of, paying your taxes, paying all your taxes, paying your taxes on time, that there's over 12 million of cumulative amount of money due of back taxes for over 2,000 employees that work for the Internal Revenue Service. Add to the fact that the unemployment's looking likely to be the case with the Department of Government Efficiency, and now it's rumored that somewhere, I think it's around 16 to 20,000 IRS workers, which is just over bloated and inflated anyway, especially when they can't even pay their own taxes, a high percentage, then boom, right? Those are looking to take early retirement. So folks, here's what you can do. Go to taxessave.com. So if you kind of got hit in the nose with taxes this year, you want to see, maybe you're on extension, you want to see what you can do to save taxes this year, or maybe if you're on extension to still be able to save taxes for last year, go to taxessave.com. That's taxessave.com. It's a little request button, right? By going to that website. It's not a cost to have the analysis request, and then a calendar is going to pop up, and be sure to pick the times that are still available. We help people do this weekly, folks. Learn the tax risk road you're on, and then learn where the reroutes are while tax rates, right, are at the lowest level we may see. Because remember, the Tax Cut and Jobs Act, which is why it's rumored that the White House is looking to raise taxes on higher earners to be able to pay for the extension of the Tax Cut and Jobs Act for more middle-class American earners, which is a good thing in many ways. But in some of us are going to get hit because if we're doing large Roth conversions, or we're going to sell our business, or maybe we're going to divest out of our real estate portfolio, or we had a really good business year, or whatever it may be, right? Just a high income year. You don't want to get caught in that trap, folks. Learn how to insulate your income and your assets from the tax system. Now, for those of you that want, I'm going to teach this Tuesday at retirementprotected.com. That's retirementprotected.com. It's a complimentary log on and learn educational webinar on how to protect your wealth from Washington. I want to teach you what you can do to take advantage of these tariff tantrums to the tanking market and take advantage of this really volatile market, how to get your money tax free, how to get it risk protected, because a lot of people are really, you see these 1,700 point drops, 2,900 point increases, then it's down 1,000 points the next day, then we were down 700 points a couple different times this past week. Folks, learn how you can actually have a comprehensive plan to take advantage of that. And for those that register and attend for my educational workshop, I want to gift you. I'm really excited about this book, right? The new holistic retirement, right? And I couldn't have written the book better. I just do the forward in the book, but it's one of the best books I've read. And like I said, I'm not even going to try to compete with it. So I did the forward in the book. And for those that register and attend for the educational webinar I'll teach this Tuesday, I want to gift you the book. It'll be an electronic copy, but I want to get you a copy of this book because by learning some of the things conceptually I'll teach you Tuesday, and then getting into that book, it's a short book. I only believe in support books that you can basically read in one sitting, right? Maybe two, worst case. But I want to teach you the new holistic retirement, right? It's comprehensive. It's not a portfolio, it's a plan. retirementprotected.com, retirementprotected.com.